Good afternoon, everyone. It's Miss Diana with the Wyndham Public Library, giving you Science Explorers today. The third Wednesday of every month this fall, we're going to do a science program, and so here we are. Now, keep in mind, this is all pre-recorded, so there's going to be a series of different things we're going to do today. And if you need to pause it and go get your supplies, go for it. Usually we always try to do experiments of things that you usually have around at home. If not, and I'm going to say it a few times in the video, we do have a bunch of things here that we'd love to give and share with you if you'd like to take them home and try them out. So here we go. Let's go have some fun with pennies. We're going to start off with something simple. Again, I apologize if there's something you've already done before, then just skip it. But if it's something you haven't, by all means, give it a shot, because some of these things are really cool. You're just going to need a few pennies for today, for this first experiment. And if by any chance you have, these are called pipettes, I believe that's exactly what they're called, or eyedroppers at home. If you don't, and you decide to venture into the library if you haven't already done so, we have a bunch of extra ones. So we'll gladly give you one or two, depending on how many people you have in your family. So this first simple activity we're going to do, take a penny. It doesn't matter if it's heads or tails, whatever you prefer. Alright, I'm going to zoom down. You could just take a little cup of water and your pipette. And if you've not used it before, you need to squeeze, here, you can see my hand here. Squeeze the ball end of it, dip it in the water, and then let go. You see the water coming up? Alright, so now all we're going to do is see how many drops of water do you think I can get on that penny? Alright, you're going to just squeeze it very gently and do one drop at a time. Alright, and even if you have done this before, it's so much fun. Try it again. It'll be great. So this is, there's one. I know you probably can't see that, and I apologize, but trust me, there's one. And there's two. And three. And four. Oh! Hey, that's funny. The 2, 3, and 4, they got so close to each other that they made one big bubble now. The first one's still by itself. And so on and so on. And that's 5. And I could go on and on and on, but I want you to guess. Before you do a lot of these experiments, I want you to predict, what do you think is going to happen? Okay? It's okay if you're wrong, but you're learning and you're exploring. It's okay. It's really fun. So I'm going to stop at 6. I want to see if you can beat 6 and see how many. And now this is an experiment, so easy and so few things you need. You can do it over and over and over again and keep trying and trying to beat your record. See if could you get your family to do this with you. See who can get the most number of dots on the penny. So fun, simple. It only costs you a penny. How cool is that? All right, moving on to the next experiment. This one is a little trickier. I don't know if you have any balloons at home. All right. If you do, hopefully, the ultimate goal, if you're actually going to go out and buy some of the supplies, hopefully you can get a few that are kind of see-through. All right, that's the best. This is the closest I could find. Now, there's actually a pen. Okay, oh, you can see that. There is a penny in there. I already did that one. And so, trying to think what order I want to do this in. I'll show you how I did this. We're going to do it also with a penny and also with a hex nut, okay? So you know a triangle has 3 sides. A square and a rectangle has 4. Pentagon, as in down in Washington, has 5. Pentagon. Well, a hex nut has, guess how many sides? Yes, you guessed it, 6. Okay, so take your balloon. I already kind of blew it up just so you didn't see my face turn all red. Alright. Oh, actually, excuse me, we're doing it out of order. Hex nut goes in the balloon, or the penny, or both. Not in the same one. Penny in one, hex nut in the other. Alright, make sure it's at the bottom, because you don't want it to, get in your mouth. Alright, blow it up. And you don't need to make it too big. Make it, depending on the size of your hands, actually. You want to be able to hold it with your hand. You don't want it too big, because unless you have really big hands and you play basketball. That's great. So I think for me, this is a good size for me. You might need adult help to blow it up. Sometimes balloons are really tough, and you may need an adult help. You're going to tie the end of it. All right. Just regular air, no helium here. All right. Now, I want to explain something else. If you're really into science and experimenting, sometimes experiments don't always work. Okay. And that's fine. You just keep trying until you get it right, and if it doesn't work, then you try to figure out why, and that's how it goes. So, bear with me. If this doesn't work, that's okay. It worked yesterday a few times, and a few times it didn't. So hopefully it will, because I want you to see. You're going to take, now I've got the penny in this one. Oh, you can see that right there. How nice. All right, you're going to try to hold it like a bowling ball. I'm not really sure the instructions said that, but there's no holes in here, so that's kind of hard. So I'm just going to try to grab this, all right? And I may need to stand up to do this. Maybe not. We'll see. And you're going to spin it around, spin it around, spin it, spin it. At first, the penny's just going to sit at the bottom, and then it's going to start to spin around. And see, can you see what's going on in there? Oh, it really worked. Oh, that's so cool. It worked. It worked. Thank goodness. Sometimes it makes an interesting sound. I hope it does for you. All right. I'm not a super sciencey person, but I do know that there's a lot of forces going on here. There's centripetal force. The balloon itself is keeping the penny to keep it in from spinning to coming out. Obviously, it can't go out. There's gravity helping. As you know, this base here is going towards the ground, and it's pulling the penny down after it was done spinning. And there's friction inside the balloon. That's what's kind of slowing it down too. So we did that. I'm so glad it worked. I hope it works for you. Another thing that we have at the library, we have balloons. If you don't have balloons at home, by all means, please come in. We love to see you, and we love to give you things, especially books. Okay, I have not done this one yet, so this will be a surprise to me. The hex nut. All right, and if you don't have any of those at home, we have oodles of them here too. I'm trying to think. Oh, we did. Oh, I know. We did win it with us, but that's another story for another time. Okay, hex nut. We're going to do the same thing. Let's see what happens. I don't know. This is cool. Holy. That's going to drive your parents crazy. Just say, Miss Diana made me do it. Let's do it one more time. I don't think it matters which way you spin it. Can you hear that? Oh my gosh, you have to try this. The paperwork said it's addictive. Yep, I keep wanting to do it, but we need to move on. Okay. Next one. I have a whole bunch of pennies here. See? All right. Now, in these pennies, I'm sure you have some pennies at home. I hope you do. Some of them, as they get older, get darker and dirty-ish looking and whatnot. So, there's something that they changed. In 1983, they started changing the metal content in pennies for some, well, I know why, but anyway, we won't get into that either. So, try to find the dirtiest, the oldest looking pennies you have, all right? You're going to do 2. Maybe 3. You can try 3. If you want to be really crazy, go 3. All right, I've got some kind of oldish ones, all right? So, in one cup is going to be your control, just plain old water, all right? In the other cup, if you happen to have any at home, a lemon, all right? We're going to squeeze the juice out of this lemon. I see some seeds here. It doesn't matter if there's seeds. You're just going to get some of the juice out of it. Now, if you don't have a lemon at home, I understand. That's not necessarily a staple in everybody's home. But apparently, a dark soda will work as well. Boy, there's a lot of seeds in this. Oh, I could grow a lemon tree while we're at it. All right. I think you just need enough lemon juice so that the penny is completely covered by it. All right? I don't need to go too crazy here. Boy, anytime you do a science experiment that involves anything icky, make sure you have paper towels on hand. All right, I think that'll do for the lemon juice. Paper towel. I still can't believe that egg thing. That was cool. All right. So, also with some science experiments, you don't get results right away. You have to be patient and wait. This is going to be one of those. All right? So, 2 pennies, same time. One goes in the water, one goes in the lemon juice, and if you happen to have a dark soda at home, they're just in there, they're just sitting there. Apparently that may do the trick too. What we're going to try to do is just by the mere chemical content of these chemicals, we're trying to clean our pennies. So, that's the end of this experiment for now. Tomorrow morning, I want to see what they look like. Okay? That's that. I'm going to put that penny away. Alright, now this is our last one. Oh, it's kind of a bummer. I've been having fun. So, our last one is not necessarily an experiment, just a kind of a fun little activity. Alright, take a jar or a glass. It's got to be kind of heavy-ish, alright? Plastic might not work in this case. So, and then take an index card. So it's just basically a kind of heavier weight piece of paper. It doesn't have to be exactly, it's 3.5 by 5 inches, but I think close enough would be good. And again, that's another one of those things. Hello. We have oodles of these at the library. So, you set that right on top there. Get your penny. Put it on top right in the middle. Alright, maybe this is kind of magic, I don't know, not necessarily. So, your goal is to get the penny in the jar by flicking the index card. Flick it any way you think's going to work. And I'm not going to do it. I want you to figure it out. This is the cool part. If it's no fun if you say, well, Miss Diana knows how to do it, I'm not going to bother to do it. Alright, so you can flick it this way, you can go under, you can go, I don't know. Just flick. Now flick is just kind of, maybe that's something you've never done before. I would say most people probably use their middle finger, index, yeah, the tall finger, and just give it some force. You're giving it force, okay? And see, try to get that, keep that penny in the jar. And then when you're successful, because I know you're going to figure it out, I love challenging myself. Do 2 pennies, do 4 pennies, do 6 pennies, stack them up to heaven, like King Yertle the Turtles. Okay. Well, that's it for today. I sure had fun. I hope you did too. As far as that egg experiment goes, I don't mean to be... yeah, it's not going to work until spring, so hopefully you meet back with me next spring and we can try it again together, okay? I'll see you next week, and take care. Bye.